Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be showcasing on the channel again, my second video, for Smalland Survive the Wilds. And I'm only showcasing it today is because it's going to be releasing very, very soon. And my friend Becky asked me to showcase this game on my YouTube channel. Now, my first video was not received well, so hopefully this video is received a little bit warmer. I'm trying to I'm trying to talk about the game. I'm trying to fulfill an obligation to a friend who asked me to showcase this. I believe it's the type of game that I like to play for what I know about the game. It's similar to Frozen Flame. It's similar to a lot of games that I've played in the past, Valheim being one of them. I think this game it's very promising. It's got a lot of neat, unique things going for it, and I think people are going to enjoy this game. Now, the reason why I'm spending today talking about the game is because they released a roadmap to the game, and if you come to the Steam page, you'll see that it's they're comparing it to Valheim as a game. They're selling it as a single player online co-op, so they're being upfront about what the game is, unlike some game manufacturers that would slip in PvP online multiplayer in this category, and their game certainly wasn't that when they released it with hopes that it was going to be that. At least this game here is telling you right off, this is what it is, and then when we look at their roadmap, which we're going to look at next, then they tell you when the dedicated servers are coming out, when the PvP environment's coming out. So let's look at that now. So if you come to their Steam page and you go down to their roadmap, right here, go to direct link to roadmap. Now, the person who made this picture, I mean, they did an okay job, but I'll tell you, it really hurts the eyes. These colors are normally not paired together in this way. So when you look at this picture from, where was I? Okay, how did I get here? Well, we're here, so might as well just. But when you look at it at the Steam level, it's hard to read. So you got to kind of pull it forward like I have here. So here it is, the Smalland Survive the Wild Early Access Update Roadmap. So the game's going to release on the 29th, which is just a few days away. And this is what they're telling us. They're coming forward, similar to what Frozen Flame did, is coming forward to tell you what is going on, what their plans are. Unfortunately, with Frozen Flames is that game is their roadmap. It just stretched. So they were like here. They're saying coming in spring. Coming soon. Frozen Flame did the same thing, but coming soon was like 9 months. It was like, really? It's like it's going to take you that long to get to your phase 3, to get to what people expected from your game from day one? Because unfortunately with that game, they had boxed it out saying it was a PvP full survival game like Rust. And that's not what it was. It was a PvE game. And it wasn't, I don't even think they have released the PvP portions of the game yet, or the actual public servers yet, but that's a whole different game. We're talking about this game. At least this game coming out of the box is telling you that the PvE experience, with the hopes that coming soon that you're going to get the PvP environment for those people who want to play a PvP game. So as a PvE game, I think this game has a lot of potential. So we're going to go over available at launch, a huge open world with 6 distinct biomes to explore, 28 creatures, 4 rideable creatures. Those are mounts. So at least out of the box, they're giving you mounts, which is nice. 13 armor sets, more than 80 building parts over the core resource types, multiple building decorations, day, night, season cycles, friendly fire toggle on. I don't know if you want to shut that off or not. I mean, I guess if you wanted to do some fighting amongst your friends on your server or your dedicated hosted box, you could. But yeah, they got it there, so you can shut it off or turn it on, meaning that you can affect your friends or you cannot affect your friends depending on what toggle you got it on. Claimable giant trees. Take your treetop home with you to other worlds. So this is, I guess, how they did the claiming system in this game, and this is just guessing based on what they wrote here, is you find a tree, you claim it as your own. That tree belongs to Tarkus, and then I can build a house connected to it in some way, either in the leaves, in the on the trunk, or you just all your assets that you want to build are connected to that tree. So if I jump over to a friend's hosted server or hosted server for him, my tree comes with me. So all the items that I have in the game comes with me. My levels, my progress, they all go. So so if you have 9 friends playing the game, and they're all hosting the game, and they all giving you their invites, you can jump from one to the other, bringing all your assets with you. That's how they've done this at this point. And they also could bring their assets with them if they come to your system. I mean, that's a nice way of doing it. I don't like hosted games on my computer. I like dedicated servers. I like the ability to slap them up on G Portal or put them on like my Valheim server was on a dedicated gaming box that people could connect to, and I wasn't playing on the same box. In this situation, you'll be playing on the same box if you're hosting, because you're inviting your friends to your game. Now remember, if you shut your game down, they'll be sent back to, or they could load up the game under their client and play on their end. They just won't be connected to you any longer because your box is down, or your server's down. Player hosted online multiplayer, that's what I was just talking about. 4 bosses and 2 sub bosses, character customization, 20 melee and range weapons, 10 tools including a grappling gun. I don't see quests here. I don't see any quests interaction, or how many quests that the system might have. My guess is none at this time. So when you first get into the game or buy the game, it's going to be more of a building, exploring system with just checking out the environment and doing critter kills, killing monsters and those bosses, and probably getting your gear set up. But I don't see quests here. Like there's 100 quests, or there's a robust quest system. I don't see that there. So let's move on. Content update number 1. New Hornet mount. New colony spider enemies. Okay. New weapon, new tools, new location, Giants Fallen Chapel and Tomb, new metal building tier, merchant NPC, historian NPC, and traditional small folk armor sets. Okay, I don't see questing here either. I don't know if the merchants will give quests out. Maybe there's just not quests in this game, or it's just basically a building game. It'd be fun just to be a building game. I like games where you build and, mop up the critters around your place and upgrade your gear and kind of just do a survival aspect kind of game with no quest interactions. I mean, I'm not hardcore when it comes to questing. When I played Elder Scrolls Online, I got so sick of the quests. I was like, oh my goodness, that was one of the main reasons why I stopped playing that game. It just seemed one silly quest after another, and it's like, no, I just want to kind of just do some raiding or do some end game content. Future content. Seasons and weather improvements, official server support. My guess is that would be the dedicated servers, extended mount interactions, group team system, which makes sense because dedicated servers, creature stables, multiple world expansions, new building parts, new resources, new tools, new weapons, new NPCs. Maybe those new NPCs will give you some quests. New bosses, new creature mounts, new armor sets, factions, and new PvP. So let's just hope that their roadmap is tighter than I've seen other games, because you don't want your popular, especially when people are looking forward to the dedicated servers, the PvP, you don't want them to be a ghost town, because most people got burnt out by the fact that it took so long to get from launch to future content that they just kind of gave up and went to other games. And that's exactly what happened with Frozen Flame. Most of the people that played that game with me, there was at least 40 people that I know of that played on the server that I was hosting that will never go back to that game, because it just took them too long to get to where they were going. It was just unfortunate. It was just really unfortunate. I see this game as very potential. Again, hopefully I don't get so much hate on this video. I am doing this as an obligation to a friend. I told her I would showcase this game, and I've done so. I think I've done it a good, I talked about it on these 2 videos now. I'm hoping that people enjoy it. I hope that people are able to get what they want out of this game. I think it's a unique experience. I think the perspective of what you are in the game versus the things that are around you is pretty unique. And I think that will be fun. I think Tarkus might wait till future content to pick the game up himself. I might not. I don't know. I got a lot of games on my plate. A lot of beta testing I need to do. I've had companies approach me to do some beta testing for them. Upcoming in 2 weeks. So I'll be doing a lot of that. So for me to wait until future content makes sense to me, because this way I can just slap up an official server or a dedicated server either on G Portal, or have one of my high-end gaming boxes, server boxes, host it here at the house. I got a phenomenal internet connection. So I mean, I think that's where I am at, but I think a lot of people are looking forward to this game on day 1, and I hope I hope other YouTubers do some content on the game as it releases, and Tarkus will check that content out, and maybe that will drive him back to wanting to get the game before future content. But that's where we're at, folks. It's Smalland Survive the Wilds. Don't think they've put a price tag on it yet, so you can check out their Steam page if you're interested. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkus Zone.